Here at Monmouth Millwork, we do a lot of modern homes. And here's the top 3 things that we see when it comes to modern homes right now. First and foremost is a lot of glass. When you look at the size of this and the overall feel of it, it's big, it's wide open, it's gorgeous. That wide open view that just pans out to the yard, pans out to the landscape, that view that ties in the outside and the inside is so important. On top of that, those large expanses of glass compared to doing, a 3-wide window, doing a huge picture window and maybe 1 casement window next to it. Just those large expanses of glass, open it up. It's not tied up with different mulls in place. Mulls are when you attach windows together. That wide open view makes everything just feel bigger. And when it comes to modern, bigger is better. Now, texture. You're probably not thinking about texture when it comes to your windows, but some manufacturers out there will do a powder coat finish, and a powder coat finish enables the manufacturer to do a variation of color, and you can actually feel it on there. It's almost like a fine grit sandpaper on there. That variation in color allows them to incorporate a slightly different finish across the board on that, which provides just a real element of interest in there and doesn't make it stark, one color, solid, shiny window finish that you would typically see when it comes to a liquid paint that a lot of companies use. That powder coat finish just adds an element of interest and softens that overall appeal. So many times modern homes come off looking commercial. They come off looking just stark. It's like a hospital, and no one wants that. It's your home. You want it to be inviting. Texture, it's gonna make your neighbors jealous. So less is more when it comes to modern homes. Say you have a house that's not so big. Are you stuck with not being able to do a modern look? No, not at all. We absolutely can do that. You don't have to have a huge window like we just originally looked at in the video. You can do smaller windows and still have that modern touch, and it'll look awesome. Don't worry. When I mean less is more is divided lights. Now, divided lights are these decorative bars that interrupt the glass and add that little architectural element to a house. A lot of times we'll see a plan come across our desk and they'll have a lot of divided lights in that. Now, what we typically recommend to a client, if they kind of want a modern look, is to remove some of those divided lights. Now, say this window, for example, right? This window would typically have 1 vertical bar going down, and it would have 3 horizontal bars. So you would have 8 rectangles, right? 2, 4, 6, 8. That's gonna really take a lot of the glass out on that, and that's more of a traditional look. But what we like to do, 1 is save people money because you pay per rectangle typically with most manufacturers, but 2, take some of them away, whether it's taking away 1 in the width and 1 in the height or whatever really works for that application, because removing some of these will allow you to open up the feel. It'll feel much more grand. You could have a window that's smaller, but by removing some of the divided lights, it's gonna make it feel way bigger. It's gonna make it feel way more open, and that's what it's all about when it comes to modern windows. Big, open, airy. Even if you don't have the availability for a huge window in your house, it doesn't mean you can't make it feel wide open. You can absolutely do that with that whole less is more look. Remove some of the divided lights, make it look open, make it feel airy, and you can totally nail it, even if you don't have the availability for a huge window. I hope this helps. These are just some of the common things that we see on a daily basis here at Monmouth Millwork. If we can help you with your project, contact us at monmouthmillwork.com.